Hello and welcome to the coaching module week 2. So this is April 1 to 7. So this is going to be more like the normal coaching that we do. Last week was the overview of the block. All right. So this week we are working with just majorly just the aspects. Okay. So I will just go and share my screen. Oh, did I do the right thing? No, I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. Just hang on. I'm going to pause. Play. Share screen. Oh, look at that. All right. Share. Okay. So this week, it is Monday, the 1st of April. I didn't even see anyone do April Fools. Didn't pay attention. Is that even a thing now? All right. Well, I'm going to go through 4 hours. So 9:15 on the 2nd of April, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries. All right. Oh, minutes. Okay. And there we go at 27 degrees, 13 seconds of Aries. So this is reminiscent of the 11th of March. All right. So again, if we are talking about business, conversations with people, anything to do with our future endeavors, we are revisiting that point. All right. So that was 20 days ago. All right. So now Mercury retrograde in Aries. We must be careful this week for all the usual Mercury retrograde shenanigans. So make sure that, please, if you can do it tonight, you back up your computers. All right. If that's a thing, turn your phones off and on again. All right. So this is something that everybody should do and very rarely does. Like actually turn it on and off again. This is also because if you get tracking bots on your phone or on your computer, when you turn them off, they can relinquish their link and then you are free from them. You know what? I'm not a full tech person, but when they told me, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. All right. So turn your phones off, back up all your hard drives. From this point on up until the 25th of April, make sure you double check information. Think before you speak. All right. Mercury in Aries is very rash and it will just go off half cocked. All right. So this is also the case if you are listening to someone and they are irritating you. Don't just speak blah. All right. Because, again, brash, impulsive, not really conducive to you being seen as someone who has their shit together. All right. So not expect, but the likelihood of disruptions, tech issues, and miscommunications start tomorrow. All right. It is a great time to revisit past actions for re-evaluation. All right. To consider your approach moving ahead, especially in regards to leadership, being assertive and independent. So slow down, proceed with caution, and just be aware of potential upsets. All right, so because I'm looking at tomorrow, all right, so during this retrograde, Mercury is going to revisit its conjunction to Chiron. All right, so I actually wanted to look at that to see what day that was. Mercury, it was exactly conjunct Chiron on the 21st of March. Okay, so that was the day after the sun moved into Aries. All right. Well, that's when we had the Mercury conjunct Chiron. So, we've already revisited this pain point once. So something in your past history that has been coming up to be investigated wants to be investigated another 2 times. Okay. So that is Mercury Chiron, and it went into shadow and goes back direct on that north node. All right, so the next one I will talk about, because I just said the north node, is the sun coming up to conjunct the north node. All right, so now the sun in Aries highlights our identity, our independence, and also, us being assertive and confident. Okay, so now the north node is our karmic path forward, or that spiritual perspective, our yellow brick road. You know, where in life do you want to see yourself going? You know, each of us have this individual desire to do better in life. And what does that look like for you? You know, nobody can make you want to go anywhere you don't want to go. So this is the karmic path forward where your soul is striving to go. So I love that one. It is not yet exact, but that Chiron is close. So this, you know, this whole period of time is us also moving past our self-imposed barriers by acknowledging and accepting that things have hurt us previously. Up to this point, we might have been too fearful to move past those things. But now the universe is conspiring for your well-being. It is conspiring for you to do all of the grand things in life that you desire. Okay, so it is also showing us our sore points and how they've affected us previously, but it's about facing challenges, initiating new beginnings, and stepping into leadership roles. All right, so this is amazing. Sorry, I didn't actually go forward to the Sun conjunct North Node. I'll just quickly do that. Okay, so there we are. So that is on Friday the 5th. Now, at the same time, why did I do that? All right, I've got something wrong here. I have written Pluto retrograde, but it's not actually retrograde until, oh, the 22nd. All right, that's wrong. See, Mercury. All right, there we go. I'm not going to talk about Pluto retrograde because it's not for a while yet. All right, the next one that we have, if I go back one day, is Venus conjunct Neptune. All right, so this is all right. So because everything's in Aries and we have this confidence and this energy boost, even though we have to stop and review how far we've come and acknowledge the things that we are not going to let stop us anymore, Venus is going to be conjunct Neptune. All right, so in the grand scheme of things, this could actually trigger us into some escapist tendencies because our pain points are being highlighted, or it is heightened sensitivity, intuitive, you know, our intuition is heightened. We are attuned to other people's feelings, but watch for rose-colored glasses, projecting your issues onto other people, and remember that we need to establish boundaries, all right, because it's Neptune, the nebulousness, all right. So Venus in Pisces, she's just all about the luxury, the good feels, the chocolate, the, you know, being sprinkled with rose petals by buff looking dudes or dudettes, whatever your jam is. But it's about that, oh, it's about that soft and mushy stuff. And it doesn't, I mean, like that intuition being heightened is amazing. I mean, there's some beautiful points here, but I just think because there is so much other drive, and even, you know, actually, yeah, so that was the 28th. So yeah, this is her last soft point. All right. So there is that, even though at the same time we have Moon Pluto, which is like hands off emotions. Ooh, I'm moving past that. It's very observational. Like, so even though Venus is conjunct Neptune, the moon is standing back going, ooh, I don't want to be feeling that sort of stuff. So can you see there's like a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of push-pull here. All right. So that is for the 4th. Now, I'll just go forward to Venus moving into Aries. Oh my God, so exciting. All right. So Venus goes into Aries on the 5th. So the same day that the sun is conjunct the North Node. All right. So much bravery and excitement in the air. And Venus is like, all right, I've had enough of being soft and mushy. I don't want to just sit back and drink alcohol anymore. When is it? Oh, come on. 29:57. Sorry, ladies. All right, so there we go. So it's going to be about 3, 3:15 on Friday. So pay attention on Friday. So for most of the day, we're going to have Venus at 28, 29 degrees. All right. So she's going to be the ultimate feminine, full of flowers and fragrance. And then she goes, nah, had enough of this. I'm going to go and put my Xena warrior outfit on. I can't move past Xena. You know, she's just the ultimate Venus in Aries icon. So, all right, now Venus in Aries is passionate. All right, so if you're in a position where the whole we're moving forward, we need to be brave, we need to be assertive, yet, our old stories, all right? So we've got this Lilith conjunct the South Node in Libra, all right? So, moving forward as an individual, all right, Aries, things need to be spoken to be released. All right. So now even the fact that we've just had the eclipse in Aries and Libra, I've said it plenty of times, it's highlighting partnerships in our lives, not necessarily love relationships, but just partnerships, whether we are codependent, whether we rely on other people helping us too much, whether we feel like we can't do it on our own. There is some sort of story that needs to be spoken so that it can be released or even just acknowledged. You don't have to go tell anyone if you don't want to, but it's got to be released. All right. It's got to be brought up, acknowledged, and released. So, um, yes, so if you're waiting to have a conversation that is difficult for you because you're like a little bit scared, wait till that 3:15 on Friday. Wait till Xena is at 0 degrees of Aries, and then just say the words that need to be spoken. All right, so Venus is passionate and assertive in love now. She is much more impulsive and searches for excitement. She will become bored quickly. All right. Then she will fight when it's needed. All right. Don't fuck around with her because she will let you know what for. Confidence abounds. So if you need to speak up, now's the time to do it. So Venus is actually in Aries until the 29th of April. All right, so we've got 24 days. So she's moving at speed as well. She's really fast right now. Okay. So the next one we have is another Venus aspect. That is going to be on the 7th. All right. Venus is sextile Pluto. All right. So it's going to be a bit before this. What is that? 2. All right. So sorry, guys. I just want to give you some accurate timing. All right. So this is Sunday morning. All right. So around 2 a.m. Sunday morning, but that you're also going to have that strength Saturday night. All right, so this one is interesting because it's Pluto and it's Venus now in Aries. All right, so it adds depth and a lot of profound personal growth within relationships and the love that you are seeking. All right, it is not surface level stuff at all. All of this personal drive, remembering that all of this Aries is being ruled by Mars in Pisces. And I've said it plenty of times, think Bruce Lee, think Shaolin monk, think strong center, all right? It goes beyond bracing your core on this one. This is sitting quietly and finding the strength in the dark spaces, all right? So this is very strategic. It's very driven, but it's also very 1-inch punch, like Bruce Lee had that, or Shaolin monks have that 1-inch punk punch. All right. So it's really, standing your ground and not being swayed by outside influences. So if you do have to touch on topics, they're going to be related to power struggles, intense emotional experiences, and non-conventional situations because Pluto is in Aquarius. All right. So as you can sort of get the gist of this week, there is a lot of There's a lot of strength. There's a lot of feeling into it because Neptune, there's three. I mean, well, besides Venus moving into Aries, we've got that Venus conjunct Neptune. So she's at the height of her feminine power, which I just don't think is that powerful in regards to confronting something, or unless you can like really, if you are in a situation, we're in eclipse season. Okay, so this is why I'm trying to sort of bring it up. All right, we're in the middle of eclipse season. We've gone from the Libran full moon eclipse to this Aries new moon that is coming on the 9th of April. All right, so it's all of this inner power that is coming up. All right, so Venus in Neptune is very, what potentials can you dream up? I mean, she's very powerful in that space, because you think of a tsunami, but it takes anger to get to the tsunami point. All right. So, I mean, maybe next time when Venus is conjunct Neptune and they're both in Aries, it's a bit more tsunami-like. I don't know. I guess I'm saying that the power is building as this week grows. So we need to center and calm and find ourselves within. All right. So I think that was it. Let me go back a couple of days. I'll see if there's anything else. I mean, like I said, you can always go and have a look at the week ahead. That it is now on YouTube, and I've put it in the group. Well, let's just have a squeeze through the week to see if there's anything else that I've missed, because I've just sped through that. All right, so for tomorrow, Capricorn moon, we can still very much get the work done. I had a bit of a talk about this morning. The moon coming up to Capricorn in Pluto on Wednesday. We're looking at our old foundations, but we're looking at new ways of doing things. All right. So moon sextile Neptune, or is that Pluto sextile Hydra? That's more Pluto sextile Hydra. Oh, we're both going to have both. So can you reimagine new ways of doing things? That's another one. There's a lot of new ideas coming up. The closer and closer we get to this Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Taurus. All right, I'm still going to go back to business, because there is so much business, comfort, security, values, things of worth, and it could also be self-worth. We could be uncovering a lot of stuff to do with ourselves, and maybe our inner children, maybe, our old patterns of behavior. This could be stuff that's coming up as well. Capricorn with Saturn in Pisces is very, those fundamental layers that we've built upon for most of our lives. Coming up to conjunct Pluto, always very confronting. It's always, well, not always, but it's generally crisis, trauma orientated, or it triggers that type of stuff because it's Pluto, deep transformation. All right, so that's Wednesday. So just trigger warning for Wednesday, I guess. Let's have a look. Everything's so chunky and bunched up at the moment. All right, so I actually like the potential of Friday. It's a big day though, with those two things happening. So that being the North Node and Venus moving to Aries. So, if you are planning for something this week and you have to make phone calls, I'd be doing it after 3 o'clock on Friday, once Venus moves. Unless, like I said earlier, you want it to be very intuitively guided, then I'd be doing it anytime in previous to that 3 o'clock, because Venus is at her height. So, all right, let's have a look. Saturday. Saturday morning, it looks like it's going to be what did I say for Saturday? That one, I'm just looking at it now. Maybe you feel like you got a bit more handle of the situation. That Neptune is the fogginess will be burnt away very quickly, because we've got that, Mars coming up to conjunct Saturn, that desire for us to move ahead, the ability for us to work hard, disciplined, be dedicated. And we're pursuing those dreams that we've been thinking of for a long time. So that's for Saturday. Very much getting a clearer idea of what's going on. And then Sunday rest. I would totally rest on Sunday. Most of the day we have the moon coming up to conjunct Neptune. So unless you're going swimming or unless you're doing some sort of psychic activity, I do believe maybe the mind, body, spirits on in Launceston this weekend. I think Sally said, that would be a good weekend for it. Moon in Pisces, perfect. But other than that, I think it's going to drain everybody's energy. So because we have been working so hard to move towards an outcome. All right, so that is it. All right, I will just stop my share. Share. No, stop share. All right. Now, okay, I'm going to read the things to ponder now. Okay. So, as I was just saying earlier, we've got, Venus is doing a lot of stuff. So, and all of the Aries and the fact we've just had the full moon. All right. How are you usually in relationships? Are you passive or are you assertive? All right. So is what I've just spoken about triggering you to try to do things differently? We've also got that Jupiter, Uranus. It is pushing people's buttons to challenge their normal state of comfort. All right. So there's a couple of ways of looking at it. It could be Jupiter is making our understanding of, what levels we're at and pushing those buttons. But even Jupiter, it inflates, all right? So Uranus in Taurus has been changing our food security for the last 7 years, and Jupiter is coming closer, and it is just inflating the prices of everything. So, all right, going back to relationships, because it's ruled by Venus. Again, are you passive or assertive? And are you feeling those changes coming through for you? All right. How has it worked for you so far? And is it something that you want to change? Right. So is that something that you need to be very aware of and actually sit and work on those things now? All right. Next one. Are you feeling aligned to your passions and purposes in life right now? And if yes, then, that's that North Node being very clear. If no, then what are you going to do about it? Are you quite comfortable just being where you are right now? Or do you want to take larger steps to find your passion and purpose in life? All right. How is your self-confidence and self-worth right now? Right? Again, there is a lot of drive and people are like mentally adapting to things. So, Taurus, self-worth, finances, confidence, security. So, how are those things feeling for you right now? Okay, next one. This one is for you to do in the mirror, all right? I'm challenging you guys to do mirror work this week. Challenged someone the other day to do 1 minute of mirror work. So actually looking in the mirror, whether you write a script or you just start speaking and saying, Bridget, you're awesome. Or Liz, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Oh my God, you're so smart. Ange, oh my God, I love you so much. So 1 minute of let's do the work. Alicia, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Like just do it, okay? 1 minute, 60 seconds. That's the challenge. All right. What are some of your best qualities and are they helping you get ahead in life? Okay, and the last one, what are your current goals and intentions? And can you identify what your likely revisions will be during this Mercury retrograde? All right, so I'm going to stop the recording because what I'm going to do is go through everybody's charts with them right now if I haven't already, to see where Mercury retrograde is going to affect you. I think I may have done this last week. I can't remember. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So if you're watching the recording and you would like me to have a look at your chart to see where Mercury retrograde is going to affect you or any of the previous things that I have just spoken about, then reach out and I will do your chart for you. All right.